Hello, everyone. We're live again today with the 21st edition of GamerGate Interview series. And today we have Callan with us. Say
Hey,
hello.
how's it going?
So we can just jump right into them, and you can use as much time as you want on the questions, as always. So how did you get into GamerGate?
I got into GamerGate through Thunderfoot. Basically, at the time, I was discovering YouTube, atheism, like wandering around channels like Jacqueline Glenn, Amazing Atheist, Thunderfoot, and a couple of others. And I came across his series on Anita Sarkeesian. And just kind of from there, I started going out, looking at other vids, Sargon, Repsion, um, Teal Deer, so on and so forth. And I just decided eventually one day that I was going to get involved in this.
All right, so that's short and sweet. You just kind of dropped
Just
in accidentally.
yeah, I was. I do admit that I kind of happy that I came in the way I did because I'm pretty sure if I'd come in, like if I'd found out about it through Anita Sarkeesian or Zoe Quinn or Wu or any of them, I would have spent at least a short time as an SJW fighting you, everyone else in Gamergate.
All right, fair enough. And currently, what do you think of Gamergate? The current in the in the present.
Uh, we're kind of in a transitional period, I think, because we've gotten like most of the sites we're up against to update their ethics policies and to disclose conflicts of interest and so on and stuff like that. So I think that we've kind of lost that main impetus, and I think we're going to go through a split. I think between the anti-SJW side of Gamergate and the other half, which merely seeks to remain as a watchdog to make sure these sites behave themselves. So I think we're kind of at a crossroads. I hope we don't just flounder about the place and dissipate after a while.
Yeah, yeah, true. And for would you like to elaborate what you think this transition phase is? I mean, what do you think uh, the goals will be compared to in the past?
Well, in the past, we were mostly just attempting to get the corrupt news sites to update their policies. However, with their flagrant attacks on us, they brought in the current wave of SJWs trying to hijack gaming. What I think Gamergate should realign its goals. We definitely should maintain the watchdog element because these people are probably looking for any opportunity to break their newly installed policies, and we can't allow that to happen. However, I do think that we should also focus on the SJWs on the grounds of anti-censorship. And in particular, I think we should focus on Anita Sarkeesian. I think she's a little bit more than a literally who at this stage. I think she's of like Harper and Wu and all them. I think she's the only one who really poses a legitimate threat to the gaming industry.
Would you also say perhaps SGWs as a whole and feminism would be a bigger focus, perhaps?
Well, yeah, we need to keep them out, but the thing is, most of the SJWs just take to swarming Twitter and Tumblr, screaming and shouting, whereas Sarkeesian is going in the background. She's going to the politicians and so on and so forth. Like she weasels her way onto time at the Time 100. Heard one stage she was at a major Canadian politics talk. She's done several TEDx presentations at this stage, which they'd carry some weight, even though a lot of us wouldn't put that much stock in TED or TEDx.
All right. So regarding the future, what do you think Gamergate is going to morph into?
I would say it's going to morph into an anti-SJW movement because Well, a lot. We've all seen. I think most, if not all of us, have seen the collective political compass of Gamergate. We're primarily a left libertarian movement. So when it gets down to it, if someone's going to encroach on freedom of expression, freedom of speech, and all that, we're going to turn around and we're going to say no. We're going to tell them to fuck off. And if they don't, well, just ask Kotaku and the other sites what we do.
So you think we're already you already kind of mentioned it, but you think we're already that watchdog in for the industry itself?
We are an independent watchdog, as well. But I think over time, I think we'll morph into an anti-social justice movement, also just as a barrier to stop these people from this virus from spreading any further.
All right, and well, what do you think Gamergate? What's the main thing you would change or improve upon in Gamergate?
I can't. I think Gamergate is fine as is. I think as a sort of leaderless, we're not the great thing about being a hashtag campaign is that none of us, although we have the figures like Kern, Carrera, and others, we have no true leader. So there is no single, if you like, point of attack for the SJWs or any other opposition we might encounter. This gives us a great advantage over them, because while they might attack one, in the end you can't attack the whole movement. Although it does come with a disadvantage in that it's extremely easy to hop in and hop out, because all you have to do is put in a hashtag. Overall, I think the movement is just fine the way it is. I think it'll sort itself out.
If it was something hypothetical, you could change and had power over one thing you could change, what would it be? Say you're king in Gamergate for one decision. What would it you change?
One decision.
What would you change or improve?
Shit. I literally can't think of anything. I think if I was king of Gamergate, I'd be quite content with how things are going.
All right, fair enough. And what do you think the main thing with Gamergate is that it's doing right so far?
I definitely think our modus operandi is probably our greatest strength. Like, we don't, while we're accused of being a harassment organization, like Randy Harper's recent poll thingy, even if it is considered suspect, proves that wrong. Well, really, I think the tactics we use, like emailing the advertisers, the couple of hashtags we've hijacked and started ourselves, are really effective at kind of highlighting what's going on. I think that's it. Like our just our tactics and all that sort of stuff works very well, I think.
So, what do you think? Like taking over hashtags is also a good tactic.
Well, you remember "Thank You, Ellen Pao" and "Stop Web Hate." Like,
yeah, of course.
We what we did, kind of like, those were two. One was started because feminists were going nuts over Ellen Pao somehow scoring a victory despite losing the case, and then it all came out about her somewhat shady practices, and we jumped on that like vultures to a carcass. And then we had stopped Web Hate, which was started by Quinn and Cookmaster Jr., which we hijacked as well, because, well, there's more of us and we've got more. There are more documented cases of AGG harassing pro GG, then vice versa.
If I could just interject something, I've seen every time I've asked for proof of GamerGate actually harassing someone, I've never gotten any real case of it.
No.
Now, I've seen harassment, but they've not been linked to GamerGate. And
What
I've
was it?
asked them every time.
Yeah, what was it? Like Anita Sarkeesian's 1 week in harassment, there was 3 instances of Gamergate, 2 of which were from Twitter accounts that this was their first and only time using the hashtag.
Yeah, well, basically meaning sock puppets.
No, I don't think they were sock puppets. I think they were
Oh.
just. I think they're kind of sort of. I wouldn't say bait Gamergate into going after Sarkeesian. I'd say they're just thought that they were going to highlight this for us.
Yeah, and I think some who were somehow affiliated with GamerGate or the people who I've been discussing, those accounts have been banned. So there's no way to verify if they were even active within GamerGate. Harassment is bad. Even I've received shit. So, but I mean, if you're gonna claim stuff like that, you have to be able to provide proof of it.
Well, that's why I love the term sea lion so much, because it's a cheap cop out. You just blame it on us being trolls and just feigning civility.
Yeah, I mean, that's the main issue I have with anti-GGers, is that one sec. Sorry about that. It's just every time I've asked for proof, they try to move the goalposts, and they're not able to give me any specific or really any evidence of their argument of that GamerGate is a
Hate movement.
hate group or hate women or misogynistic and shit like that.
Yeah, that's the thing with them, is it just well, usually I find that they don't tend to move the goalposts; they just tend to block me.
Yeah, more that.
I remember. Do you remember that? Oh God, I can't remember her name. The trans developer that committed suicide recently.
Yeah, I can't remember her name, but yeah, that was
the Metator tried to go like, "Oh my God, Gamergate has been harassing this woman." Then I kind of decided, I call this bullshit, and I was promptly blocked. It just.
Yeah, the way to counter these arguments are just to block us and just silence the other opinions, which I just don't get.
And it really is the stupidest solution, because I think these echo chambers that they formed are double-edged swords, because one, they on one side they silence, they can't hear us, but we can't hear them.
Yeah, but GamerGate in its core isn't really about SGWs. It's more them attacking us.
Yeah, I know. No.
And claiming shit, and they can back it up.
Yeah, I know, but that's the thing, is that most of the people we're up against are far left anyway.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at GamerGate as on the political spectrum, it's libertarian left, basically.
And versus authoritarian left. Yeah, that's what I mean. Is like these echo chambers, they wall us off, and they just eventually keep walling us off until there's only us left on the outs. There's only us and the rest of the world left on the outside. And what happens when they can't say anything to the rest of the world to try and counter our claims, because they can't hear them?
Yeah, but I don't care, because their opinions are basically, like you in Ireland say, shite.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, they're full of bullshit. But even still, it's kind of like by shutting yourself off to communication, you invariably condemn yourself.
Now I've tried to have them on. I've asked various people of anti-GG to come on, but so far only two have come on. And when I've talked to them, they sounded more like neutrals and had issues with GamerGate, but it's not like they seemed anti-GG, in my opinion, at least. So those. Oh, I had one anti-GG who was a mild version of Jodie Tate, if you can remember that person. And
Never heard of her.
no, Jodie Tate, you don't know who that is?
I might have heard the name before, but I don't remember
Well,
what.
he was basically wanting to have every GamerGator slide them off in a volcano or in a gas chamber or shit like that. So
Charming individual.
yeah, you should look him up. He's very entertaining. I think King of Pole even had an interview with him, trying to find out if he was just a troll or if he was serious. And Lord and behold, he was fucking serious about that shit. So,
Right.
so I mean,
We're the hate group.
yeah, I mean, I don't want. I don't even want to silence their opinion. I just want them to shut the fuck up and look at the facts instead of spewing shit and just opening their mouths the entire time.
Yeah.
I mean, when you don't have anything to back your case up, you don't have anything anything valid to say.
A castle built on sand is next to useless.
Yeah, basically. Doesn't seem to be anything from the chat. Is there anything you wanted to chat about before we close? Close the thing?
Not really. The recent Hideo Kojima's recent antics have been entertaining.
Oh, do you mean Konami?
Yeah, Konami, yeah.
Yeah, that's been interesting, to say the least.
I like the idea.
Well, they've been screwing up. I mean, Ty Violet, yeah, he basically ranted a lot about that. So if you know who that is,
Who?
Tyler Violet, I can put it in the chat here. You know who that is?
No, I haven't heard that particular nut
You
job.
should check him out. He had an epic rant about Konami fucking up big time with Metal Gear Solid 5 and just Silent Hills as well. It's just even Alpha Mega Sin did a video today about Konami. So and Gay said fuck you, basically. So, yeah.
Yeah.
So do we want to wrap up? Anything you want to shill?
Yeah, I'd like to shill GamerGate in Ireland very quickly. We've kind of got enough people together for a small gathering. If you message me or at Cami Freewind on Twitter, we'll send you the link to the Facebook page.
All right. And you're part of forming the new GamerGate Ultras.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. I'm the latest admin on GamerGate Ultras 2 Reckoning Boogaloo.
Yeah. So the main Ultras group is gone, but he can come and join that one.
Just a warning before anyone does come. I don't mean to sound mean or cruel or anything like that, but we kind of only want people who are willing to actively participate in the group.
Yeah, I mean that's should be that should be logical at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're interested, that's the only reason you should join a group. To be honest.
Aside from a live stream that I'm doing with some of the other ultras tomorrow, there's nothing else really I can think of.
Share your Twitter handle, even though it's in the description. You can make a case for people following you.
Follow me if you want to see if you want to see epic trolling, shit posting, and sea lining of SJWs. The occasional rant about various shit.
yeah. That's a good cause to follow you. Yeah.
I'm not part of the I team, by the way.
Yeah.
Still working on that one.
Yeah, and thanks for coming on, and
you're welcome. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. So thanks everybody for watching, and see you guys next time. Bye.